John Wick. Chapter 4 provides a gratifying finale to a remarkable action series that consistently dazzles viewers with its elegant action scenes and exploration of a captivating realm of assassins and their ethical principles. John Wick uncovers a path to defeating the High Table. But before he can earn his freedom, Wick must face off against a new enemy with powerful alliances across the globe and forces that turn old friends into foes. In the heart of New York City, John Wick readies himself to seek retribution against the High Table. Concealed beneath the city's surface alongside the Bowery King, he plans his course of action. His journey takes him to Morocco, where he eliminates the Elder, the figure who wields authority over the table's dominion. In retaliation, Marquis Vincent de Gramont, a member of the High Table, summons Winston, the manager of the New York Continental Hotel, along with his concierge, Charon. The Marquis divulges that he has been granted boundless resources by the High Table to eliminate John Wick. He admonishes Winston for his failure to dispatch John. As a consequence, the Marquis not only strips Winston of his managerial responsibilities but also brands him excommunicado. The Continental is razed to the ground, and Charon meets his demise. Further, the Marquis coerces Kane, a retired assassin who was once part of the High Table, to eliminate his long-standing acquaintance, John. The Marquis threatens to harm Kane's daughter unless he complies. Finding sanctuary within the confines of the Osaka Continental, overseen by his ally Shimizukoji, John Wick regroups. The Marquis Lieutenant, Chitty, along with an entourage of High Table assassins and Kane, arrives to scrutinize the hotel. Just in the nick of time, Akira, Koji's daughter and the hotel's concierge, manages to evacuate the premises moments before the High Table deconsecrates the location. Chaos ensues as Koji and his men valiantly defend John from the onslaught. John combats hordes of heavily armored assassins, leading to a climactic showdown with Kane. Mr. Nobody, a bounty hunter, intervenes in their duel and orchestrates John's escape, having determined that the bounty on John's head is insufficient. Despite being injured, Koji repeatedly engages Kane on John's behalf. In a reluctant act, Kane ends Koji's life while sparing Akira. Returning to New York, John reunites with the determined Winston at Charon's gravesite. Winston offers John counsel on invoking an ancient tradition of the High Table, allowing him to challenge the Marquis to a duel. Victory in this contest would liberate John from all High Table commitments. However, such a challenge can only be made on behalf of a crime family. John embarks on a journey to the Berlin headquarters of the Ruskaroma crime syndicate, from which he had previously distanced himself, to petition for readmission. His adoptive sister Katia lays down a condition for his reinstatement. John must eliminate Killa Harkin, a High Table member responsible for her father's death. John confronts Killa at his nightclub, aided by Kane and Mr. Nobody as a skirmish erupts. Ultimately, John prevails, ending Killa's life and reclaiming his former standing. Winston transmits John's formal challenge to the Marquis. Acting as John's representative, Winston includes a stipulation that the New York Continental must be rebuilt, and he must be reinstated as manager if John emerges triumphant. In Paris, John and the Marquis deliberate on the terms of the impending duel, dueling pistols, the sunrise, and Sacré-Cœur as the setting. This rendezvous is overseen by the Harbinger, an emissary of the High Table. Reluctantly, the Marquis designates Kane as his substitute. A pact is formed that if either John or Winston fails to appear punctually, execution will be their fate. Just before the duel, the Bowery King arrives in Paris, providing John with a pistol and a state-of-the-art ballistic suit. The Marquis devises a plan to hinder John's timely arrival at the duel by placing a $26 million bounty on his head. In a determined effort, John battles waves of assassins on his path to Sacré-Cœur. He encounters Mr. Nobody, who negotiates an increase in the bounty to $40 million. During their clash, John intervenes to save Mr. Nobody's dog from Chitty's attack, surprising Mr. Nobody and diverting his pursuit of John. With the help of Kane and Mr. Nobody, John combats multiple adversaries, culminating in a confrontation on Rue Foydier, where Chitty meets his end at Mr. Nobody's hands. Together, they make their way to the summit just in time for the duel. Engaging in 3 rounds of combat, John and Kane exchange wounds. The final round is interrupted when Kane inflicts a serious injury upon John. Demanding the privilege of delivering the finishing blow, the Marquis eagerly swaps positions with Kane. However, Winston exposes the Marquis' arrogance, revealing that John has not expended his 3rd bullet. In a swift motion, John shoots and eliminates the Marquis. The Harbinger bestows freedom upon Kane and John, releasing them from the clutches of the High Table. Winston is reinstated to his former role. After collapsing on the staircase, John contemplates his life and marriage before succumbing to his injuries. In a later time frame, back in New York, Winston and the Bowery King bid a farewell to John at his gravesite, situated beside that of his departed wife, Helen. In a scene that follows the credits, Kane returns to Paris, seeking a reunion with his daughter. However, he is confronted by the vengeful Akira, who brandishes a knife. Keanu Reeves' portrayal of John Wick is a highlight, showcasing his stoic demeanor and commitment to the role. The character's backstory is gradually revealed through snippets of dialogue and flashbacks, contributing to his complexity. The film's visual style is visually captivating, marked by a color palette that ranges from vibrant neon lights to stark monochromatic tones. The action sequences, often blending gunplay and close-quarters combat, are meticulously choreographed and executed with remarkable precision. These sequences have become a hallmark of the franchise and have influenced action films that followed. John Wick Chapter 4 succeeded in reinvigorating Keanu Reeves' career and revitalizing the action genre with its unique blend of storytelling, choreography, and world building. It introduced audiences to a new kind of action hero, one who fights not only for survival but for a sense of justice and retribution. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed the content and found it valuable. If you did, we kindly ask you to consider subscribing to our channel. By subscribing, you'll become part of our community, gaining access to more exciting videos, informative content, and engaging discussions. It's the best way to stay updated with all our latest releases and be the first to know when we publish something new. Subscribing to our channel is absolutely free, and it helps us tremendously in reaching a wider audience and producing even better content for you. Plus, it shows us that you appreciate what we do, and that means the world to us.